The following program was produced or sponsored by a community member. The content, views, and opinions expressed are the sole responsibility of the producer and do not reflect those of Malden Access Television, the City of Malden, or your cable provider. MATV welcomes your comments. Please call us at 781-321-6400 or email us at access@matv.org.
Guys. Jim.
Six is being introduced right now, first place.
Number 12, Sean Hickey.
Sean Hickey, big time turnover yesterday to help him get there.
One of our favorites in the broadcast booth does not both step up.
Same team, most likely to give Cliff Williams a coronary. Evans to look up a chair.
Got none though. We got a few.
We got a couple. Starting five coming in.
Josh McGowan.
Swan's hanging down.
As usual. Gil Sheeran.
He's leading scorer at 20.4. That's different. The Hip Hop Hawks.
That was the Sixers shuffle.
Okay. Kind of like the Hollywood Shuffle from the Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
Third-year senior, David Israel. Got to control that temper today.
Let's see if he can. It's a big game.
Big MJ Baptiste. Tracy Rogers at the concession stand. Who's your pick to win this game?
No answer.
I got no comment, just like a true Republican. Nothing?
She says she whispered.
She whispered Sixers.
Sixers. Yeah.
I understand, because, you know, family's on the other side.
I know, yes.
She said Sixers. Anyway. Bradworth, Benton, Jim Foley. We got the big dance today. This is it for all the kit and caboodle. The whole twigs and berries. We got it all, nothing held back. They got to go for it. They got to stay out of foul trouble. Sixers first place. Hawks pulled the upset yesterday. They are finished in third. They beat the Sonics soundly. The Sonics couldn't get into their game. We got Cliff Williams behind us. Very excited. You were here last year. Sum up what you think is going to happen today.
Well, last year we saw the number 1 and number 2 teams. Now it's number 1 and 3. Not as bad. We saw the Sonics last year.
That was Joe Young cutting the camera.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Joe. Sonics, I thought were a better team, but because the Hawks were able to pull it off, they're riding the momentum. Meanwhile, the Sixers,
that's what I'm saying.
They lost their final 2 regular season games, so it'll be a very close matchup.
Well, like I said during the playoffs,
around me.
the Hawks are more spread out than the Sixers are as far as offense and defense. So I'm picking the Hawks to go all the way.
Well, I said this yesterday. He just mentioned it today. Oh, we're about to start, but I say the Hawks have the momentum. But I still feel the Sixers can win this game as long as people stay in control.
The teams are ready. The refs aren't yet, though.
The refs aren't ready. That's okay. It gives me more time to set up.
We're waiting for, I guess they're waiting for...
We got jackets everywhere. I can't see a thing.
They're waiting for the official paperwork from the commissioner of the league to get this game underway.
I'll get some commentary for some players as we go, sitting around me. This is going to be a very special day. I got Michael Liu, Matt Chabray, I got Danny Suda, Steven Suda. I'm going to ask Danny Suda if he'd like to join the Cablecast booth next year full time. If he can commit, he's in. And, you know, maybe we'll think about Leslie, but, you know, his mouth is a little...
Wait a minute. You're going to have Go Ref Go and Danny Suda in the same Cablecast booth?
Well, you know there's heat there. Then, Go Ref Go.
You know there's heat there. Well, the same baseball, so we're all set.
The stands are full. The crowds are ready. There's a lot of Strouds behind them Hawks, and it's going to get loud.
And Stroud said he didn't want to play anybody else but the number one team to prove themselves coming into today, while Coach Williams, he likes to keep himself nice, calm, cool, and collected. He just plays his game and gets it done.
Did you watch ATR when they had the playoff teams on?
That's right.
They did call them out, so you're quoting it. You can go to atrlive.com, watch that playoff show last week with all 4 representatives here, see who talked smack and who got whacked. Well, that means, you know, the Sonics out.
Yep.
Bullets out. But, like I said, if Jerome Dean was in yesterday's game, these Hawks might be playing the Bullets today.
Well, Steve Wright mentioned after the game to me, he goes, how many teams can play that well without their best player and stay that close? And
absolutely. I gave a lot of credit to the Bullets. They played their tails off. But we are here today with the Sixers and the Hawks. The Hawks have returned to the big dance for the first time in 3 years. Well, I don't know why the delay is here. Probably because Dave and Costa are shining up their new shoes that got paid for. I hope someone checked their pockets. No payoffs today. Everything's legal.
We just got to make sure that whistles work. That's all.
Did someone get my cream pie ready? Dave might need one.
I was talking to some of them earlier about how they're going to actually call today's game, and they said it all depends, obviously, on the situation, but more than not, they're going to call the game very tight. It's a championship game, and as it should be done, make sure the players play as they should.
Are they going to let them play, or are they going to make some calls early?
They're going to make some calls.
Fair enough. I see some technicals being thrown out today if they're going to keep it tight.
Especially with these two teams.
And if that's the Sixers starting 5, they're going with all seniors.
Well, they announced beforehand that it would be Blanc, Hato, Osiris, Ribeiro, and McCown.
Oh, I see how they're doing it. Okay, never mind.
Here we go.
Meanwhile, on the Hawks side, Israel, Borgella, Baptiste,
Cold in here, Cliff?
Carl, and McMillan.
A little quirky.
He's excited. It's a big game.
I'd be excited. And the Hawks win the tap. Jace Carl to John McMillan. We are underway. And they let that foul go. That was a quick foul on Blanc, who's got his arms rolled up, his sleeves are rolled up, trying to show them, I don't know, 4 or 5 inch pythons.
And Hawks are trying to move very quickly.
But then again, you do have Dave Israel pumping iron lately on the Hawks side. First turnover of the game.
Johnny Mack keeping his head up. He's going to have to do that throughout this game. If he keeps his head on straight, he can help his team big time.
It looks like a box 1 with Johnny Mack on Osiris.
Probably the top 2 players in the game right now. In this game, at least.
Well, Guy Osiris led the league with 20.4. Johnny Mack was not an all-star. Should have been possibly voted in.
There you go. Hato with the first 2 points of the game.
The Hawks do have Baptiste and Borgella as their all-stars on the court now. Johnny Mack can shoot some threes. Jace Carl, if he can stay in control, he's going to have a good game.
And as I mentioned before, they're going to make those foul calls with the reach-ins.
These 2 referees call a lot of reach-ins. They don't call the 3-second as often as they should, but as long as they're calling the obvious fouls, 3 seconds can be waived on occasion.
It's about consistency, really.
See, I just said he can hit some threes, and there he goes.
Well, when you leave him open like that, the first 3 he attempted, Osiris had a hand in his face. That time, not so much.
So now he's 50%.
How about that? The key to Osiris' game today is not just on defense, but being able to distribute the ball. I know he can score, but teams are going to double team him, maybe even triple team him, not let him get to the paint.
Well, they know he's not a passer. He shoots an awful lot. Myself and Go Ref Go yesterday were talking and commenting on that. If he continues to do that today, they may come down with the losing end of the stick, basically. There's another foul. Jace Carl didn't get it.
Definitely a foul there.
And Josh McCown, 2 years ago's Rookie of the Year, puts them in the lead by 1. It's going to get intense as the day goes on. The gym is packed.
And he's been sort of on a downside, but if he can pick it up this game, no time better than now.
Nice block by Alvin Hato, who just like Josh McCown, did not play his junior year. They were both here their sophomore year, took the season off, came back for the senior year. They must have known their Sixers were going to stink last year.
Now, how does that rule work when you take a year off? Can you stay with the team that originally drafted you?
The team can opt to throw you back in the draft, but you'd have to try out again. But they opted to keep them. Plus, it didn't help that they signed up after the season started.
The Sixers actually spreading the ball around there, which is something they haven't done all
Sixers
year.
are playing a 1-2-2. That's what it looks like, unless Evanson's out of spot.
Whatever it is, it's not working.
Yes. Nice play by Rodney Borgella, the most athletic player on the court today. So do we have a line on this? Go, ref, go. Give me a prediction.
Hawks. Hawks by 5.
Hawks by 5.
The Hawks. I'm picking the Sixers. Who you got?
I said the Hawks, the very first ATR of the season.
Really?
I have strange feelings that it could be a 6 a year to break that sorrow, but the way the Hawks were playing, I'm still going with the Hawks.
The way I see it, either way, it's going to be a close game. You can't have as much of a blowout as we've had the last 2 years straight.
No, I like the Hawks' chances here.
Not with these two teams, Jim. These two teams are well, first of all, the Sixers only have 2 losses in the season.
Danny Suter going with the Hawks.
And the Hawks are really,
Michael
really
Lou, who
hot.
are you going with? Hawks. Chabray?
A lot of guys are going with the underdogs, though.
I got the Celtics.
You're taking the Celtics. Celtics to block.
Johnny Mac
Good.
loses it. Regains his composure. Nobody gets down on defense. Great move.
Malcolm Stroud had to be restrained by Jovan Walcott. He got a little, he marked out for it, basically.
Get back here.
Great look underneath.
So you can hear me, you know.
Josh McCown got 6 points out of the 8. And here comes Lodemus. I bet he's going in for Evanson block.
Oh, look at he's in the stands.
Might be a bit of a
Shaq
chance
is in
right
the
there.
stands. He's not touching nobody, though.
Remember Shaq did that last week?
And everybody ran.
That's right.
Told you Evanson Blanc was coming
This
out.
ain't the NBA, though. Nobody's throwing punches.
Not yet.
That's true.
It is the Hawks.
And the Hawks do have
The
the
Hawks have
9-8
McMillan.
lead still.
The Sixers have Blanc. Anyone could erupt at any moment.
Turnover there
Hawks
gives
have
it back
foul.
to the Sixers.
Already under 5, 9-8. Hawk lead.
Never surprising to see the Sixers down early. They're a fourth quarter team.
Sixers always come back. They won a lot of games towards the end. They won a lot of games by under 10.
And the reason why they won a lot of games under 10 is because they most of the time are coming from behind.
Absolutely.
Hato, after missing the shot, draws the foul, picks up the foul.
Peterson Orellis into the game for Johnny Mac.
Sammy Jean in for the Sixers.
A lot of substitutions early, guys.
Well, you got to keep fresh feet on the court at all times.
Borgella with a nice play. He's going to do that all game. If the Sixers can set up and take that charge, they will nail him on it quite often. That's his favorite move.
McCown maybe starting to cool down now.
First year
Lodemus.
sophomore, Dimitri Lodemus.
Lodemus will pick it right back up where McCown leaves it off.
He should be playing high school.
Crossover by Borgella, no good. Rebound to Jean.
Oh, serious, you know he's shooting.
And he hits it.
Perfect move around the pick. No one in front of him.
I think that three-point contest, Brad, was just a warm-up for him.
Yeah, I don't think he was really trying that hard, and he saved it for this.
Which is more important.
Oh, absolutely. The
13
trophy's
to
nice, but
11
the jacket's
Sixers.
warm. Borgella's trying to do a nice pass.
Yeah. Waited threw everyone toward him, and then finally dipped it off to Carl.
No one's going to be able to handle Borgella. He's so athletic, so fast. He's a lefty. It's tough to defend. And if he could see the court and involve everybody else,
It's going to make his offensive day a lot better.
We're all knotted up at 13, guys. 2:50 left.
Derek Ribeiro, usually their quarterback. Sammy Jean for a triple. Not known to shoot those. I just want to see a nice, called, calm, exciting big dance. I want to see the good calls being made. I want to see the near calls. Let them go.
Well, don't be selfish now.
I want to be selfish.
The good thing is we have the same two refs that we've had all season, so that you know these two refs know the league at the very least. They know how the league is played.
Yes, it was a nice look for Ribeiro, but too many Hawks in the way. Osiris took another three. He's got to relax. He doesn't need to shoot so many.
Yeah, but you know he will.
Oh, we all know he will.
Hawks aren't really pushing as much as they did at the very start. Now they're settling into a half-court game.
Which is good. Change up their game plan. That was a terrible shot.
Nice follow-up.
Oh, rim drama.
He had time, though. Rushed it. Still tied at 13.
We got 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. People still trying to find their feet. Nice block by Kyle on Lodemus. Up to Borgello on the wrong side of the hoop. Oh! Orellis is out, but not up in time.
He threw it away. Miscommunication there by Hawks players. They're not on the same page on that
Peterson
one.
Orellis was wide open, but his hands were by his hips.
Well, he saw Borgello trying to, excuse me, not Borgello. He saw,
I think
he's trying to take the whole, excuse me, who's running the fast break?
It was Borgella and
Borgello,
Orellis.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Orellis.
Okay. He saw Borgello trying to do it the whole time himself.
Oh, Baptiste misses a bunny.
Figured just wasn't going to take it again.
I don't think he was expecting that ball.
I don't think he was either.
Hey, see, Osiris passed it.
All right, he's waiting to get it back. And he's standing at the top of the key when he should be rebounding. Douglas in the game launching. Ricky Douglas got to understand how to pick his shots. He goes out there and he starts launching, and he has no idea why Cliff Williams is upset with him.
Well, that's a new thing for him this year. But last year he was the Sixers' go-to man.
There's Borgello again going to the basket.
Borgello's going to have a field day, and they know it. Well, the Hawks know it.
Loaded with snow, but Douglas draws the foul. 2 shots.
That foul was on Jonathan Morose. Douglas, a very good free throw shooter, misses the first. Into the game, Jack Generazio.
I don't see either of these two teams, at least in the first half, pulling away from each other in the score. I think it's going to stay pretty even in the score, and it has so far in the first period.
I don't see a blowout.
No.
I see a 3-4 point victory.
I said 5. So.
You say 5? That's close. It's not a blowout.
Nope.
Anything under 11 is not a blowout.
All I can say is under 15 right here. That's the safest I can pick. Because we haven't
You
seen that.
going to Safeway.
Hey, think of the last 2 years. It wasn't that.
Yeah, last year was 15.
Yep, and then the year before even more.
Yeah. The year before that even more.
That's right. So
Bullets won in a blowout.
So I see what you're
Lakers won
doing.
in
You're
a
running the
blowout.
numbers.
Yeah.
There you go.
Somebody got to run the numbers. Lakers in 05 blew out their opponent. The Bullets in 06 blew out the Kings. Celtics last year beat the Kings by 15.
Great look underneath. Osiris cutting right through the middle. Had his hands up, picked up the foul and the basket.
He's shaking the camera, hugging and bumping into the camera.
Gotta get out of the way.
I don't have Kenny make an announcement.
Osiris to the line looking to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Osiris hits that. Osiris came in second in free throws this year. First in scoring, second in free throws.
And you think those are directly related?
Possibly. He went to the line a lot, but he hit a lot.
They are.
What the? He's running.
Borgella's got to look for his team.
He's a dribbling fool.
That's a travel.
He's dribbling anyway.
Yeah, he's got to look for his team.
Oh, and some fouls there too. No call.
Well, if they're out of control, I wouldn't call the foul either.
Douglas ahead of the pass.
See, the Hawks are not passing, hence the Sixers jumped up 6.
The Hawks are not in their game. I'm going to have to make an announcement now.
And at the end of the first quarter, number 1 seeded Sixers have a 6-point lead over the number 3 seeded Hawks. It's 21-15. We saw the Hawks start off very quickly, settled into a half-court offense. Then Borgella tried to do it all himself. The one time he did pass it off, his teammate wasn't ready because he was expecting him to do it just himself all over again.
All day long.
Over to the Sixers side, Osiris, who's been their MVP all season long, continuing to show his stuff.
I mean, it's one thing when it's not so crowded in here, but when it's packed like it is now.
Big dance should never be open like that. It should always be closed off.
What do you mean?
I'll bring in some of those caution strips, and I'll put one on the table.
I told
to the wall.
Beanie that we should invest in a
Yeah, I know.
like a small, like $10 partition.
Yeah, but then you got issues of.
No, you just put it here.
Walk by.
So what?
Because then they're all going to accumulate over there, and they're going to hit the wall, lean against the wall. Signs are going to help more often. We're ready to start the second quarter.
The caution tape would work.
Caution, the Hawks start with the ball because they didn't win the tap. They'll get it the third. Sixers get it back in the fourth. We're underway. Brandon Naylor into the game for the Hawks for the first time, as well as Carlos Escobar and Sean Hickey of the Sixers.
And the Sixers will start in the second period with a 6-point lead over the Hawks, 21-15.
All right. Well, the Hawks got to learn to pass.
If they can get it to Naylor, he can be deadly from downtown. We saw him in the
doing his
three-point
thing.
contest earlier on.
Well, one step. There goes Escobar, sees Osiris, and throws it to Giovanni.
Yeah.
Well, Giovanni's known to hit some threes.
He did in the All-Star game. He drained a few.
Coach, I don't think they're kidding you.
I've never seen Cliff Williams yell like
Well, it's his first time in the big dance in a while, so and plus you saw what happened.
2003.
He almost needed an ambulance during the All-Star game. Sean Hickey, big rebound.
That's right, they boxed out the big man.
What can we say about Sean Hickey? Scored only 2 points all season, but yesterday alone, his steal and diving on the ground helped the Sixers turn the game around and win towards the end.
And that's when you have to know to play your role. Any little bit helps in the playoffs.
It was the only 6 minutes he played in the whole game, and it was very important.
Absolutely, very valuable 6 minutes.
Yes.
And Naylor's missed a couple deep ones early.
Good quality, yes. That was good quality minutes by Sean Hickey yesterday, and let's see if he can do it again today.
Douglas for three. I hate the way he shoots. Last year he hit a ton of threes. This year he changed his form, and he only got like 10.
Well, did you tell him that?
No, not my player.
No, I know, but, you know.
Well, I'll tell him after
You're
today.
an observer.
I'll tell him after today. And I don't know what that shot was, but that shouldn't have happened.
A very sloppy start to the second quarter. Not a single point scored. Still 21-15.
Sloppy on both sides, Jim.
Absolutely. 2 minutes, not 1 point.
Neither team is really showing any pace, setting any pace for the second period. Both teams seem to be out of control, just dribbling like crazy. Nobody's
Doing a
taking
good job on
Johnny Mack wants that three.
Look at how closely Douglas is playing
Same
MJ.
people walking back and forth all day that just don't sit still.
Oh!
Viero pushing McMillan, but it was legal.
McMillan come back pretty hot.
Osiris taps it in.
McMillan took offense to that play.
Classic 21 move.
And that's what, if you're the Sixers, that's what you want to do. You want to make McMillan hot. If he loses cool, the Hawks lose this game.
Sixers are bogging down on them rebounds.
Makes it tougher anyway.
Douglas got it that time. Rivero continuing to run the point, and now Osiris from downtown.
Up 11 on the Hawks.
Timeout by the Hawks. So much for me saying I don't think anybody's going to pull away in the first half, huh?
Hey, the Hawks are going to come back.
The Hawks,
Still early.
well, the Hawks came out of the second, actually they ended the first period sort of out of control and just having the Sixers run up the court on them.
Jovan Walcott giving it to the Hawks, and I don't blame him.
No, he needs to.
They are not doing anything right. Borgella is not distributing the ball as the point guard should. The Sixers, on the other hand, have the momentum that the Hawks had yesterday. They took it right from them, and now they're building on it. The Sixers have full momentum and on their road to breaking the Sixers' sorrow curse. We're 46 minutes and 54 seconds away.
Seriously? Did you just do that?
It's a long time. Long time since the Sixers' victory. Long time in this game. I just did that, Jim.
Okay.
Calling everything I can today. It's the last one of the year.
Go, let's go! Now you know what I go through all the time.
Yeah.
Dance, baby. Let it fly.
See if Borgella can find an open man. Johnny
Sixers
Mack
playing
around the
good D.
pick. Trying to draw his man so he can go by him. Instead goes underneath. Hawks
Goes
will
off,
keep it.
goes off Ricky Douglas. Tried to intercept it. Got his hands up there, but it didn't work. McMillan, what's his percentage throughout the year, Brad? The threes?
McMillan, I don't think he hit 10.
So why is he shooting them now?
He thinks he can hit them.
As we stated earlier, Brad, McMillan, a shocker, not playing in the All-Star game.
Jump ball. Ribeiro just went into MJ and ripped it right out of his hands.
What you didn't see on the far side was Rodney Borgella bumped right into Sean Hickey and bounced back like 4 feet. Sean Hickey showed no mercy. Borgella against Hickey again. There's a foul reach in by Ribeiro.
Gotta watch out for fouls early on too.
Yes, you don't want to get any of your big players into foul trouble in the first half.
But then again, they have to make the free throws too.
Hit the free throw. Down 10, 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Sixers just taking their time.
Blocked by Brandon Naylor.
You don't see that every day.
No, what's he, 4'1"? Rumor has it that's David Bassari's youngest son. That's
Younger
just the rumors.
brother?
I don't know. They're saying that could be.
Deep deuce.
I don't know if he's that old.
All right, maybe his brother, but there's rumors they're related.
Should have gone strong side.
They could be indirectly related to Fit Finley of the WWE and Hornswoggle, too. Just rumors.
10-point
Clean up
lead.
Hornswoggle, give him a crew cut.
10-point lead for the Sixers, getting back to basketball.
Oh, get over it. It's the big dance. I'm letting it fly. Tracy said I could. McMillan trying to go behind the back. There's no need of that.
He's lucky that the Hawks still have the ball.
Yeah. Trying to get inside. Bad pass.
So much for that.
Broken up by Douglas.
But props to the Sixers for swarming MJ.
Cliff Williams doing a much better job distributing minutes early this game. Yesterday, it almost killed him.
It almost cost him the game yesterday.
He had a couple players that needed minutes, and it was the end of the game, and he had to put them in.
And
Good job by Sean Hickey.
And they weren't his strong players.
Yeah, here's the thing about depth in this league. If you have too many guys, you have to play them all. But also, on the other hand, you can also have as many guys as fresh as you need. If you have too little depth, guys get tired quick, and if a guy gets hurt, you're screwed.
Well, everyone got to keep their face. When you get your minutes, you got to make the best of it. Go
Just
out there
like
and
Sean Hickey.
screw up. Yeah, he did good today, too. Naylor for his third three.
He's not giving up.
Hasn't
Even
nailed
though
one.
He's 0 for 3, that's right. And they haven't even been close either. He did all right in the three-point contest, but it has not transferred over.
Maybe it's the opposite of Giociris. Giociris was saving his threes. He's hit, I think, every single one of them.
He missed one or two. Borgella going to strong to left side. I have not seen Borgella miss an open layup all year. And for the first time in the Coach's All-Star game, I saw Jerome Dean miss his first open layup all year. Even though it was for fun, There go the Hawks again. They got numbers.
Now they're starting to run again.
Nice pass.
Now that's Hawks basketball.
That's
right
what
there.
they need to do.
That's
They started
Hawks
back there.
basketball. Yep, you're right. That's what got the Hawks to the big dance.
Just like that, 6-point game.
Transition offense always helps. Selfish offense, you will lose the game.
Look at MJ just swarm that rebound.
I can't believe that.
Gio Serious with the Olay defense.
Olay defense.
Douglas out of
Put his arm
nowhere.
out, pulled it away. Olay! I'm not playing D. That makes me foul. I'll get out of the game. I would drive on him all game if I saw that. I'd tell the coach. Oh, David Israel missing the short jumper.
Do you remember
Once he caught the pass, he should have put it up instead of putting it back on the floor. That gave the defender a chance to put the hand in his face.
McMillan facing up to Osiris. Good hands.
3 seconds. There
Sebastian Arano.
you go. Got your 3-second call, Brad.
There it is. They don't call many, but there's one.
I was going to say.
8-0 back in the game for the Sixers.
There's one player missing out of that equation there. There was only one Hawk standing on there with the ball trying to inbound it to nobody. Watch your back, team. Watch your back.
Borgello inside. Nice play right there. They got to get some Sixers in foul trouble. I don't think Sixers have any fouls at all. Or many.
We'll see. Five.
Baptiste at the line, 1:44 to go, trailing by 6. These free throws are important. Not a very good free throw shooter. He's in the 40s.
Can't say what I was thinking. I got the mic on.
So another thing the Sixers do that gets unnoticed is defensive rebounds, especially on free throws. Because you see a lot of guys, after their teammates miss the free throws, just jump right ahead and grab it.
Oh, yeah. It's a beautiful move there by Ricky Douglas, second-year junior. Chase Cowell for a 3.
And he hits it. Wow.
He hit a bunch of them in the hot shot contest.
He did.
Big time shot, drops the deficit to 5.
Oh, that went off Albin Hato.
I don't know about that. I think he got the call right.
Good defense by Israel, but he did knock it away.
Well, he broke it up anyway.
You missed the Jovan Walcott dance.
I know. What can
Were
I
you
say?
saying that to Sean Hickey? Keep your hand on the camera?
Yeah, well, they're not doing anything right now.
They got him on the way. He's got numbers.
Oh, he tried to
Draws
force
the foul.
But Ribeiro was still able to just get back on defense, even prevent the easy shot. McMillan's going to have to work for his 2 points right now.
Get the defibrillator. Cliff's getting hungry. His heart's a beating. Said Albin Hato's killing him.
I heard
I
that.
hope that ain't literal.
No, that All-Star game was killing him, literally.
Well, yeah, that hurt him. So he's ready to be plucked.
He didn't even walk right by Hato as he took his seat, too. Not even give him a high five.
The Hawks got to hit their free throws. It's only in the first half, but those are important to get your momentum.
Well, he hit 1 out of 2.
Get yourself a comfort zone.
He's trying to make up for it. I thought he was going to try and hit it.
Oh, double pump. You're never going to hit those. Nice hustle by Cowell. Osiris outruns him. Osiris, that was an offensive foul if you ever saw it. He threw his arm out as McMillan went around him.
Pinocchio Charles letting him know that. Oh, I thought.
Sixers could sure use a point here. They've only had 7 this entire quarter.
This is true.
We're almost to the end of the first half, guys.
Oh, that was a near steal.
Oh, he hit that.
Huge 3 by Osiris. They give him 2, though.
30-24, 10 seconds to go. Another three by Kyle.
MJ fighting for the offense.
Israel gets the basket.
Israel, excuse me.
And that should end the first half right there.
30-26 is the final.
30-26, exactly. Go ref go. We have right now a Sixer lead. You say Hawks by 5. Sixers up by 6. It's the same as the first quarter ended. Right now, the Hawks starting to get momentum again. They're starting to move the ball around. They're starting to pass, and it's working for them.
That's right.
They go into that locker room. They better tell them, use what's working and stick with it. Use how you got here yesterday by playing team ball, not selfishness. The Sixers, on the other hand, had momentum real early in the game. They lost it for a moment. They seem to have gotten it back again. Sum it up.
Right now, what is working for the Hawks is running. They ran start the game. They got off to a good start. Then the Sixers started to run away with it. We said, oh boy, we're going to see another blowout here. But the Hawks started to run again. It's close again. And Osiris for the Sixers is pretty much running the show for them.
Go ahead, go.
And I think the Hawks aren't playing consistent basketball the way they have all season as far as spreading the ball around. What they need to do is start doing that more often and hitting their shots down low. Otherwise, this score's not going to change.
Yeah, they got to somehow get Michael Jean-Baptiste involved into the game, involved into the offensive scheme of things. He really hasn't taken a lot of shots today, so if they can get him involved, that'll only help McMillan and Borgella's inside game, because it'll make them cover him and they'll have an open lane to drive. So going into the second half, what do the Hawks need to do to come back with this win?
And you just said it right there. They need to get MJ involved, but he's been having a lot of trouble because, excuse me, the other way around. McMillan, they need to get McMillan involved too, because he's been trying to throw up threes, but he's a fast kid. If he could take it to the basket, I see a lot of potential out of him driving to the basket.
And he's a really good free throw shooter, so that can only help. So I guess in the second half, we're going to see who gets momentum. Early in the first 5 minutes, the team that does that, I see coming home with the new banner.
All right, we'll see you in the second half.
We'll see you in the second half. Second half action. Bradworth, Benton always representing. Go Ref Go on the camera, enjoying some pizza. Jim Foley to my left. And we have the stats that you're standing on.
Oh, how about
if you wanted to browse through them. Those are the final standings of this year's stats.
All right. Sixers going to start off with first possession to start this second half with a 4-point lead, 30-26. Sixers have been number one pretty much all season. They're trying to finish off number one in the second half here, and they are a second half team, so it'll be scary for this Hawks team.
You know, Minister Bernard Strada mentioned to me during the halftime, it's an unusually high-scoring first half.
Absolutely. Usually it's in the low 20s. Everyone's still feeling each other out. They exploded real quick. It slowed down towards the end of the second, but real high-scoring first quarter.
And you just saw the Hawks lose their defense right there when Ribeiro cut through everybody.
They can't do that this early. They need to get on it real quick.
Oh, I don't know. That was ill-advised, if anything. I think he was going up for the shot, changed his mind, decided to pass it, but he passed it to a guy who wasn't looking. He threw it right in his backside.
We've seen that a couple times. Usually it goes out of bounds, but
that's what happened.
Borgella gets blocked by McCown and knocked out of bounds by Arano.
Still stays Hawks ball. We'll try it again.
Borgella cutting to the inside. Too many men underneath to put up that shot.
Baptiste couldn't handle that pass from Israel. The Hawks not looking too good in the first minute and a half.
Still only a 6-point game, but as I mentioned, the Sixers are only going to get better as the game progresses.
Oh, there goes McCown doing stuff he shouldn't be doing.
Well, McCown, it worked for him early on in the game. You saw him have 6
but he wasn't
first 8
team.
points. Well, Hawks are learning at least.
Nice bounce pass
right.
from McMillan.
Hawks play good defense there.
You got to be able to adjust as the game progresses.
And I'm sure they went in the locker room saying, don't let that McCown score.
Just like that.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Well, there's a three-pointer.
Oh.
He's got 2 of them today.
That's right. It's only 2 he's taken, so he's making smart shots.
He actually took 3. He missed 1. It was over here. But he did. The 2 he hit pretty good. Oh, near steal, and Ribero's just passing back and forth. It ain't working.
Well, Osiris did the smart thing, just trying to slap it back instead of reaching in for the ball.
Arelis and Morose coming back into the game.
And look at that 3-point game. Sixers still up 32-29. 3 minutes into the third quarter.
The Hawks are slowly settling into their game on both offense and defense.
Well, they need to. They needed to pick up the pace. Whether they get into it slowly or fast, as long as it works for them and it's the right thing,
McMillan was going to think
it can only help. Morose will. And he got scared when Osiris came at him.
You saying his butt cheeks got tight? Oh, nice
Can't
steal.
show fear.
Nice
That's a big
steal.
dance. Arano overmatched, but good defense.
Smart, pass it out. What do we got?
Second violation.
Second. Referee Dave getting animated.
I heard 3 seconds. Did I hear 3 seconds?
It's the second time today.
I heard 3 seconds. Well, know why Dave's getting animated? Because everyone likes that referee better.
Who, Dave?
No, the other ref.
Costa?
Who's animated.
Oh, the other ref from yesterday.
So Dave's trying to
Imitate.
get the vote. Arano with the shot off the glass, no good. I don't think he aimed for the glass there, Jim.
You don't want to go glass on baseline, that's for sure.
No. And the Hawks throw it out coming the other way. You're only down 3. Why are you getting sloppy all of a sudden?
Getting anxious is what it is.
I'm thinking of maybe 3 letters, maybe.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, LOP. Lack of patience. Yes.
OP.
What I see patient is very surprising to me. Douglas launches a 35-footer.
And they're fumbling for the ball, Brad.
Yes, but the Sixers always recover the long rebounds. The Hawks are not attacking.
Yes, the Hawks seem like they're just laying back and letting these Sixers shoot.
Maybe they're holding the energy for the fourth quarter and going to go all out. Ricky Douglas's form is so different.
Even the balls, the way it goes up in the air is just awkward.
And Douglas thinks he's coming out already.
What do we got here? Jump ball? Oh, free. Yeah.
Jump ball. McCown should win, but he doesn't know who to hit it to.
Oh,
Yep.
bad.
That's what I mean.
There you go.
Yeah.
McMillan by himself.
Nice move. Switch
Oh,
hands, couldn't get it.
But he got
Baptiste nice and open.
as you say, he got the rebound.
Ribeiro needs to be there for that defensive rebound.
Baptiste's rebounds yesterday is what propelled them to the win. Big time travel.
And it's what took him within 1 here, Brad.
This is true.
32-31. It's a 1-point game.
Lodemus in, McCown out.
How about that? 32-31. Hawks can take the lead with the possession here. They just need to spread out their team. They're all bunched up. There you go.
Oh,
Millen
ill-advised.
with in his face.
Oh, he almost
knocks
knocked
it
him
down.
out. Yep.
But
McMillan,
Douglas pulls down the rebound.
he has hit a few of them from the top of the key this year, and he's just going to keep taking them, as well as Osiris. So you're going to see those two launching in the next quarter. Great rebound by Lodemus, and Arelis couldn't do nothing but use his body. Completely outmatched in height and length and reach.
I have to say, it's, for the fact that this is the big dance, both sides have been very quiet this whole game. Maybe they're exhausted from the All-Star game. But they're both, Jovan and Bernard and Cliff Williams. And Cliff Williams has been a little more vocal than he usually is, but both sides have been very quiet.
What I was saying earlier, but I kind of cut myself off, and then you guys started talking, and I just backed away from it. I was commenting that when we made the LOP statement, lack of patience,
Yes.
and I said what I'm seeing patience is, and I can't believe it, Bernardo Stroud has barely gotten off that bench, and he's barely spoken. I only seen him mock out for 1 play.
I asked him before the game, I said, "You psyched up, coach? You ready?" He goes, "I'm ready as I'm going to be." And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's surprising.
Nothing you can do. He's been here. He was here a couple of years ago,
And that was my next question. I said, "Is this your second time?" And he said, "Yep."
and now he's up off the bench finally. Little emotion starting to come out. Ending
Baptiste,
third quarter.
High ball
Right,
game.
Baptiste knocks it down. He'll get to the line. Ties it at 33. Can take the lead.
33-33 in the third with just under Well,
Over
just
3
over
minutes.
3 minutes, yeah. I wanted to say, yeah,
Just
4
under
minutes,
4.
but yeah.
We're in
Doesn't
stop
really-
time.
Hey,
doesn't
third
make
time's the
sense.
charm.
Yeah, well, you know me in numbers.
Well, 3-3. It was 33 across the board.
Was.
And now it's 33-34 with 3:33 left to go in the third.
Now 3:34.
Put his head down. Nice block by Kyle. Naylor over to Morose. Up for McMillan. And Osiris backed up, played no D.
Afraid of picking up that foul.
Didn't you say that earlier, too?
Yes, we did.
He said the Ole defense?
He's the Ole defense, so he's just going to back up and not put his hands up.
And just like that, Hawks are suddenly in the lead.
See,
with
he's going to
by
try to
3.
do too much. Naylor got scared.
Somebody.
Osiris wants nothing to do with that. He'll cut back into it.
Naylor got a little nervous. First year sophomore. I understand the jitters.
The Hawks need to stop Osiris from doing that.
Yes, because they had a prime opportunity for a steal.
He should have never made that basket.
Nice shot by Baptiste.
He was too
Sixers
out of
were
control.
swarming the ball, but they were hitting the floor as they were doing it. By that time, MJ had an open shot.
Well, the Hawks, I told you, needed that momentum and come back, and they did, and they're up
Now
3.
lead, yep.
3 seconds on Lodemus.
That's the third time in this game. We haven't had
seconds.
those calls all season.
Did I hear 3 seconds?
I
three
told
seconds.
you he was going to call a tight game.
They should have did it all year. But hey, it's the big dance.
I have some comments to make at the end of the third, since we're sticking with the threes.
Be nice.
Oh, I'm going to be very nice.
All right.
Actually, going to be very complimentary, too.
Surprising, Brad.
I know. Go figure. It's the big dance. We're letting it all hang out. Don't they do that at the NFL? You can't hold back now.
Ribeiro
you
has
live for
4 on him now.
I live for the big dance. It's the most exciting time of the MNBL. I've been around 18 years. It's nice to be here.
I've been around 8. It is nice.
Yeah. It's a pleasure being involved with this league.
Actually,
Non-profit organization.
8? Yeah, 8. Yeah, it's a good recreational league. Keeps the kids off the streets and out of trouble, and it gives them something productive to do.
The kids who struggle, they have to work, so they can't play for the high school team because of the hours. You know, they come down here. No one gets cut like the high school team. Everybody plays. Might not be as competitive as high school ball, but it's still darn good ball.
I beg to differ with you on that.
At times, it's
Now,
some
guys,
teams can beat some teams.
Cliff just did a substitution and left Ribeiro in the game, who has 4 personal fouls right now.
Already 4.
And then Lou right next to me was yelling over to Cliff to make him aware of it. He just turned his head.
Well,
doesn't care, I guess.
yesterday, Cliff Williams did the same thing with Gio Sears. He had 4, still a whole quarter to go. Didn't take him out for another 3-4 minutes.
Yeah,
He
he had
just wants
4.
his man in there to play.
He didn't do it. That's why Gio Sears ain't playing tough D today. But he's looking for a shot, and McMillan's all over him. And they're shutting down Osiris all day, and he's frustrated.
That's smart Hawks basketball.
It's a nice pick by Generazio. Good job.
Nice.
Behind the back. And a block.
McMillan tried that earlier on the other end of the court, and it didn't work for him. This time, not as good as he wanted, but they still got the foul.
Now you're going to the line, but you sacrificed an easy layup if he dished it off.
I see what Cliff Williams is doing now. He's making multiple subs to make sure everyone's minutes are covered.
Right.
Everson Blanc needed a minute. He's been in there. I guarantee Sammy Jean's taking him out.
Because you know why, and I agree with this too, because you don't want to be worrying about minutes in the fourth quarter.
Well, look what happened yesterday. Sean Hickey had to come out. Oh, Jimmy Nguyen needed a minute. He's out. Evanson might need more time.
And he missed the first one, or he hit it? I wasn't.
He hit the first.
He did hit the first.
McMillan's a very good free throw shooter.
He's 1 for 2, 2 for 4.
Oh, and he got the ball back.
But
Tried to
strip.
drop it, but he couldn't find nobody. Osiris is shooting. What are the odds? Very good.
Good call.
And I
Fortunately
called
for
that
him,
from the free throw. Oh,
it
and
worked.
Sammy G with a steal. And he throws it back court.
Wow, Sammy.
And
Come
Sammy
on, buddy.
G's questioning it.
That was
How long
about as,
have you played
that was
basketball?
about as obvious as you get.
You're throwing 8 feet behind the line. Keep dribbling to hold the
It's not
ball.
like it was a matter of a step or two
Right.
either.
He just got scared. He couldn't believe he had the ball. McMillan trying to get funky, but Lodemus says, get that junk out.
McMillan, I think, is getting a little arrogant being up by
And then he commits a silly foul.
McMillan needs to get his head back in the game. I think he's just trying to.
He's trying to do too much.
Exactly.
This is when his head starts to spin a little
Yep.
bit. Right about
You're
this
up
time.
2. Calm down, and that's perfect.
Right, you're up 2, you're not up by
gotta sit
12.
Perfect job. Sit him down. And that's what Jovan's trying to calm him down. See
Exactly
right there
what
on
he's
camera.
saying. Calm down, relax, you're trying to do too much.
Big dance, baby. You're up 2. We don't need a technical.
Or stupid fouls.
Which he committed.
Right.
Well,
The
not
Hawks are
technically.
swarming. It's off Ribeiro's foot. Eric Ribeiro dribbles way too much. He's been doing that for 2 years.
Too much dribbling equals turnovers.
I just can't wait to see the MNBL 19.tripod.com message board tonight.
Did you see it, the guest book
Nice
in the message
play by
board?
Baptiste. Couldn't get it to go.
Before the All-Star game, some players who found out they were on the All-Star team talking some smack to the coaches.
No, I didn't see it.
Go check it.
I did not see it.
Yeah, it was quite interesting, some of the comments. They were funny. And, you know, obviously they got them
Yeah,
thrown back in their face because they lost.
absolutely. They did lose. Congratulations
Good
to the
game,
coaches
though.
this year.
Good game.
First time in history went overtime with the coaches All-Star
First
game.
time in 22 years.
Leading scorer Celtics Joe Young, 29. Jeremy Rocker, first-year coach player, dropping 23. And Cliff Williams, our own Sixers head coach, 21.
And he hustled that whole game, too.
Yep, Matt Chabray and Wen Zhu both had 16.
And Cliff Williams is the reason why the coaches won that game because he scored the points that mattered in the overtime period. The free throws. That
Free
sealed
throws
the
are
deal.
huge.
Yep.
Speaking
Joe
of
Young,
free
I
throws,
think, had 3 out of 4.
Baptiste is finally doing what he needs to do. Get the ball underneath, and this is the second straight trip to the line.
And he's finally going straight up with the ball. He's not trying to be fancy and dribble and just attack and do what you have to do. But he's got to hit his free throws. They're huge, and he's just not hitting a lot of free throws today. They're only up 2. They could be up a ton more if they hit some of their free throws.
Of course, these jerseys are very confusing to both Jim Foley and myself. At first, we saw them walking the court, both wearing red.
Yeah, there's a lot of red.
A lot of red out there.
And it's kind of blurs your vision a little.
It does.
Bad pass by Ribeiro.
Kind of makes me angry.
Yes. We were saying earlier before the game,
Angry colors.
the Hawks should have wore their yellow shirts there. Yeah, red breeds anger.
Yellow represents friendship.
There
We
you
all
go.
need to be friends here.
That's right.
Well, we're trying. Nice play by Borgella. But up there. Oh, nice. He actually passed it. That was beautiful. And another foul.
There you go.
I heard that one with my
They don't draw the
headphones
foul.
And speaking of friendliness,
Lodemus with another foul.
during your pregame report, what I was trying to point to you guys, in the background, all the Hawks and the Sixers were shaking hands before the game, which, which you don't usually see.
I saw something very strange. I went into the locker room to hand stats to both head coaches.
Yes.
I had copies extras. And I saw Hawks and Sixers in the same locker room. At least 4 each.
So
I
that's
thought you were
good.
going to say you saw something else in the locker room you hadn't seen.
No, I try not to go in there as often. You know, we need some Lysol in there, too. Not to say anything, but doggone it.
No, try some bleach.
Bleach helps.
Try washing the floors. I can't even go there.
Try
I'm so angry
cleaning
about
the bathrooms, you know, every day.
that. Custodial start to be ashamed of themselves.
Ooh, hot ball.
Ball, that's right.
That looked like it went up Chase Kyle's foot.
Well, Carl went
I
for the
wasn't
whole
watching.
time.
Now they have time to get a nice shot. They should not hurry. Generazio was open.
Still is.
Borgella's got to get off the dribble. So he sees nice Arelis. Back to Generazio for the jumper. Nope.
Oh, they had
But
good
that's
distribution.
Arelis couldn't do it. Nice rebound by Osiris. He's not passing.
Nope.
Oh, he got lucky there. The hoop and the harm. Look at the bench go.
That was
Look at Emerson block. Like he's doing something.
You can't get any bigger than that when you tie it up at 39.
What a good play by Osiris. I understand you need to involve your team, but that was a gutsy, damn lucky layup.
If
He
there's,
saw
any,
the Hawks were on their back feet. They couldn't get settled in time. Took advantage of it.
if there's any time where Osiris should not have passed the ball, it was then.
Well, they had the Hawks backpedaling, and he drove right on him. It was a good move.
Yep.
He got the lucky roll, but violation shooter. We got a tie score. Can the Hawks go ahead at the end of the third?
Coach Chris Rogers standing behind me wants instant replay.
It's not backcourt until he passes it. Osiris ain't passing again. He lost it. Blanc gets blocked. Well, it didn't hurt nobody.
As high scoring as the first quarter was, the third quarter was the exact opposite.
A little messy at the end there, but wow, it was a little exciting and just everybody was everywhere. I don't understand it. Cliff Williams is screaming at Dimitri Lodemus. The Hawks seem to be a little cool-headed, which is quite shocking until Jovan starts to go.
It's usually the reverse.
Absolutely.
Usually it's Cliff Williams talking to his players, nice, cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah,
and you see Jovan Walcott and Fanatical Stroud yelling at their players. In this case,
well, we got a lot of people going crazy in the stands. We got a lot of players going crazy. This is what it comes down to. The fourth quarter, the final 10 minutes, who's getting the title, who's going home, extremely upset. But let's just hope sportsmanship is in the back of everybody's head.
You know what this is? Or actually, you know what it's approaching? You have two people down, or I should say next to Jim Foley. It's approaching the Suda zone.
Yes.
I'd like to
well,
find
that's
out.
The final 2 minutes of every quarter.
I'd like to find out what his mentality would be going into this situation.
I don't know if I want to go there. That's probably just bad memories.
Well, it is, but you know, it was good for him, but not last year. But anyway, like I said, at the end of the third, I wanted to give out some compliments. I wanted to congratulate this year's three-point champion of the Pistons, Bellin Daniel. We have not made mention of that. He led the league this year in three-pointers, and he won the three-point contest. Also, a king, once again, has won another contest, the Hot Shot contest. Last king that won it was J.T. Lassiter back in 2001, the year they won it. Bobby Bedard stands in for the vacant Sadi Andujar, comes out the dark horse and wins it for the Kings. Congratulations to both men. And Borgella drives to the hole to start the fourth. That's a good way to start the fourth quarter.
Anytime you start out strong, it's a positive.
I might get into position now.
No.
Douglas, I know.
Because then you can't hear us.
Douglas with another missed three. He hasn't hit any, and he's not even come close.
Carl with the rebound.
Carl's got a lot of big rebounds. Yesterday, you didn't see it, Jimmy.
What a
big
move.
technical foul almost cost him the game.
He went all the way around.
And Carl had to sit down for a long time.
Meanwhile, Borgella goes around the world for that layup, and the Sixers call a timeout.
And again, Cliff's yelling at Dimitri Lodemus.
Well, he let him. He just let him
he did.
by him.
But he's going to, you know, Dimitri is a sophomore.
You got to know by now.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Throughout the season, you know he's going to the left hand. Even if he's on the far right side, he's coming all the way around, which is exactly what he did.
Door if he has to.
And now the Hawks have a 4-point lead.
Well, if the game was over now, my prediction would be almost 100% accurate.
Oh, yeah.
But it ain't. We still got a lot of basketball
9 minutes
play.
plus stop time. We're here till at least 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the Hawks calling timeouts. And, I mean, it's
close.
Yeah. Well, this is going to get very tense in the next 4 minutes. I say at the 5-minute mark, this place is, the roof's coming off.
I say now.
Hey,
I don't
call that. It might happen. You saw what happened in the Georgia Dome.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes.
That's right.
All right, I don't mean literally coming off.
That's not even funny.
I just mean, you know, that things could happen and...
I don't know. I'm going to keep my head up now.
No, really.
Well, this isn't.
Well, I'm going underneath the desk, the table here.
All right.
Douglas finally doing something right, changing his shot selection, going to the hole. He hasn't hit an outside shot today. Do something different. Generazio forces that one up. Nice try by Carl. Good hustle by Baptiste again.
He stole it, but then lost it.
Carlos Escobar almost had it.
He lost it, stole it back, and lost it again.
Easy rebound. Osiris not playing defense. Baptiste, easy layup.
If I'm Cliff Williams, I'm telling Osiris, you got to play
fouls for minutes here.
Oh, you got it. It's the fourth quarter now. You have to step up and play D. It was tipped by a Hawk, and Douglas was out of bounds. Carlos Escobar, first-year sophomore, coming back out of the game.
And Ribeiro's back in. Very quick seat for him.
Yes.
You know what I just noticed? tough to tell because Millen's legs are so pale white anyway.
Oh, yeah, he's pale.
But he's got one sock up, and he's not wearing a sock on the other leg.
He is wearing an ankle sock. Ooh, tough pass cross court. Oh, that was a push-off. Definitely got away with one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you can't complain. You have to stay on defense.
Yes, you do. But Osiris does the same thing, and he complained about that. Doesn't make sense to me. Wow, he's playing defense. Well, it is the fourth quarter.
Nice
Kyle
pass.
intercepts it. Oh, Baptiste jumped too soon, but still got it. Oh, the Hawks are struggling.
Like
Nice breakaway pass.
It seems like there's a
Exactly.
lid. Seems like there's a lid on that hoop for the Hawks.
Yeah, they're just not connecting on the backboard enough.
And he cuts the deficit to 2.
Oh, he's trying to do it again.
That cover's still on that hoop.
Jovan Walcott calling and one, but you got to hit the basket before you can call and one. He still missed it.
But they got the foul call. He did get the call.
After the fact.
He's going to the line to shoot 2.
Yes.
And now Ribeiro and Lodemus have 4.
Oh, yeah. And they're both on the court. Borgella, not a great free throw shooter. Rims the first one.
At this point in the fourth quarter, I'd sit him maybe for a few minutes, but, I mean, if you foul out, there is no game next week. There is no
Absolutely.
catch him next. This is it.
This is it. You got to play tight D at the end of the fourth quarter. This is it. And he gets that.
3-point game. 46-43. Hawks maintaining their lead they've held since the beginning of the quarter. They scored the first couple points very early on in the fourth quarter, and they've just kept it going since.
Well, looking at the bench right now, I don't think the Sixers are going to make any subs from here on in unless someone fouls out.
That's what, and you know what? I agree with that strategy. Let's see if it works for them.
And somebody is going to foul out.
Well, their starting 5 is in.
But the thing is they're down by 3, and there's 6 minutes left. I'd keep everybody in, like you said, until they foul out.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, there is
got
no
nothing to
tomorrow.
lose.
That's right. There's no tomorrow.
You got to let it all hang out here, go ref. Go. You got nothing to lose.
Yes, I don't want to steal that line from you. You can say it.
That's my line today.
Just for the sake of being able to do it once this game,
I knew you were going to do it, you son of a biscuit. I knew you were going to do it. I've been looking at it all game, and it hasn't hit. Nice play, Borgella again. Do they understand he's a lefty? He's played 14 games this year.
I'm not too sure.
Well, last year the Kings didn't figure out Drew Weiner was a lefty, and they won. So, mate, they don't figure out Borgella, the Hawks might win. Play him on his left side.
There's no lefties in basketball. What are you talking about?
That's what they try to say, but there's a lot more lately.
I may not play, but I happen to be left-handed.
In basketball, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I'm left-handed in everything.
I was raised lefty, and I ended up shooting righty, but I can still shoot lefty.
Interesting.
I can shoot with either hand.
Okay, I'm a righty thrower. I'm a lefty kicker. How about that?
You are strange.
When we played street basketball, I always shot left.
Yeah, ball by Carl.
Even when I played organized basketball, it was always left-handed.
I've been ambidextrous my entire life. I bat, catch, throw, righty or lefty.
You should get some medicine for that.
Technical foul.
On Osiris.
That's on Osiris.
That means he's out. It's 5.
No, that's not 5, is it?
I said 4 personals, 1 technical.
Oh, okay, all right.
You don't combine
That's only
them.
2 on him.
No, that's only the second person.
Oh,
They're
never
only
mind.
second personal.
So he was the one at 4, but regardless, if you have 4 personals and you get a technical, you can still be in the game.
Yeah.
Because it's not
Yeah, he's got to come out for at least 30 seconds. Well, for 1 whistle, I mean.
it's not a foul affecting play.
Right.
That's
He
why
has
it's
to
not a
sit for the
personal
technical.
foul. Right.
The next whistle, he can go right back in.
I'm surprised. I didn't even see that happen. It happened right in front of me. What happened?
Well, they were running up court, and he was jaw-jacking with Rodney Borgella, and he said some things, and the referee heard it. They didn't hear Borgella, but they heard him, and that's all that counts.
Good technical then by the ref calling that.
Good play for the Hawks. That helps their case. We're under stop time now.
Well, it's an advantage.
Howard, another air ball.
It's an advantage for the Hawks. I wouldn't call it a play.
Jace Kyle got to clear his head. And that whistle, Gio Sirius could have went back in, but they chose not to yet.
Well,
They're going to make him settle down, understand what he did was wrong, and then he'll probably come back in.
Well, you got plenty of time still with stop time.
at this point, I wouldn't do that in this game.
No, I wouldn't either.
That you say for a tongue lashing after the game, but I wouldn't shut him down.
Coach calling 2-3 for the defense.
Maybe he's sitting him down to cool him off.
Too many hands in his face.
And there goes McCown.
That's right, but because everybody drew towards him, McCown was left underneath, open.
Well, they're going to have to leave someone open with Osiris on the bench. They now know Ribeiro or Douglas is the man to shoot. So the other three will be open.
Good, my man Charlie working hard over here.
Somebody got to do it.
Israel had a chance
They
to
wouldn't
extend the
move.
lead,
He
but it's
kept
still
on
a
him till they
3-point
did.
game.
There you go. And those are the
Good for
same
Charlie.
3 girls that walked by 18
All
times.
day long.
Ribeiro with a nice penetration move.
I don't know, man. If you look pretty now, you might not look good 2 minutes later. You got to double check.
That's true.
What a game, huh?
What Jim said. And Osiris is coming back in.
Well, it's a 1-point game now.
Oh, my. I thought they were just up 5.
49-48.
Well, that's
the
right.
Hawks gotta
Sixers had
relax.
a couple in a row.
Oh,
Baptiste, that would have been
Baptiste dominate.
huge.
He's turning the wrong way. Baptiste is turning away from the hoop.
Jovan, animate
Look
about
at Jovan.
that timeout.
Look at the dance.
I got it.
Hawks want a timeout here.
He's heated.
I don't know how he dances with those shoes on.
Yeah, no kid, but I'm coming off anyway.
And Coach Amos of the Lakers gets a kick out of that dance. He's sitting there talking to Minister Bernard Stroud. And there goes Mazatza showing the dance. Do it again, Kenny.
Do it again.
Do it again. The Jovan dance. Commissioner Mazatza getting a kick out of it. You see the score, 49-48. 2:43 left in this championship game. Who will come down? The team in red or the team in red? Who's going to win?
We're 43 seconds away from Danny Suter's
Matt
favorite
Chabray says the
time
team in
of
red,
the game.
and damn it, I'm with him.
What did Matt Chabray say?
He said the team in red's going to win.
That's a
And I'm
good
with him.
prediction. That's kind of like saying the
I'm
team
going
with the
with the
most
team.
points after the end of the quarter is going to win.
A lot of people said Hawks.
A lot of
You know
people.
what? I understand that, but I'm going with the Sixers because they've pulled it off in the fourth quarter time and again.
They're only down 1. I thought they were just about to lose it when they were down 5.
On paper, the Sixers are the favorites,
Absolutely.
I've been saying it all along.
but everybody is saying the Hawks.
Because of the Sixers losing their last 2 games and the Hawks winning
Oh, that
3
was a
straight,
fight.
counting to yesterday
But
4.
they didn't lose
But what-
yesterday's game. You got to understand
Correct.
that.
But Jim,
That momentum.
you make an excellent point when you say that, because it has happened all year, even in the playoffs, where the Sixers have won in the fourth quarter, and they're
Yep.
only down by 1. They could still pull this
And
off.
they won in the fourth quarter yesterday.
Yes, that's what I said, including yesterday.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
I missed that part, but okay.
So it's a great point, Jim.
That's on
but
Carl.
on the same sense, the Hawks are hot right now. They're untouchable.
Now, I just saw senior Josh McCown come over and listen to Carlos Escobar, first-year sophomore. He was telling him something to do.
Maybe Escobar said something smart.
I still question the
I
sophomore
have a feeling you're
questioning a
going to be
senior.
a fan of Escobar in the years to come.
I'm a fan of him now.
You're going to
like his
continue to
name.
be. Exactly.
Carlos Escobar.
Carlos. Gotta get that
The face
going.
too. It
Yes.
feels it.
He's got that look. He reminds me of Goodfellas.
That's on right now, by the way.
I didn't know Joe Pesci was dating who he was dating. I didn't know he was dating that person.
Oh, that's an up and down.
That is an up and down.
But
They
They call
call
it
it
a
a
foul or
jump
they
ball.
calling a travel?
No, they're saying he put his hand on the ball, calling
Okay,
a jump
okay,
ball.
fair enough.
which is
Okay,
probably,
it
was
could have been a
probably the right
travel.
call. It's probably the right
yeah,
call.
it could have been a travel. It's a good jump, though. Baptiste and Dimitri Lodemus started the game, 2:10 to go. And there goes Douglas. But Kyle, quick as a hiccup.
Okay, JR.
Oh!
Cutting across to
Now
the
see,
strong
Ricky
side.
Douglas doing something different besides launching ridiculous threes.
It's smart, and now's the time to be smart. Under
And he's
2
got
minutes.
size on him. He can drive.
And for the first time since the third quarter, the Sixers have the lead.
We're under 2 minutes. Sixers up 1.
I didn't know it was the first time since the third quarter.
Oh, bad shot. Poor Geller's best at going inside. That could hurt him right there.
Oh, there was a reach and no call, though.
Oh, that's a tough shot. McCown's going to shoot it. Jump ball, McMillan.
In the past 2
Heads
minutes,
up by
he's had 2
McMillan.
jump balls.
Timeout, Sixers. I got to get in position.
Yeah, now would be a good time. Keep your ears open. Keep your ears open.
Standing right here. Minute 28 to go, 50-49 in favor of the Sixers. Can they pull it off? The team that's been in first all year long struggles with their last 2 regular season games. The Hawks, as of yesterday, winners of 4 straight. Sixers did win yesterday, but they struggled. Can they hold on? Can the Hawks hang their first banner since 1995? Or will the Sixers hang their first since 97? Remember, the Hawks were not in this league till 5 years ago again. After the 95 season, they had to sit down. They came back in 03. So they were out 8 years. They returned the next 5. So technically, their drought is only 5 years. The Sixers is 11. This is going to get exciting and very loud very shortly.
Well, it's good to see 2 teams who haven't won it in a while in the big dance.
Absolutely. Josh hits it out of bounds.
And he's not happy about it, but...
Well, he won the tap, but he didn't hit it to the right person.
Ricky Douglas is not happy about it, I should say.
I like this seat right here. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Different perspective, huh?
And you can see how it's getting darker in here because the outside's getting darker.
Oh, yeah.
Borgella doing what he does best. Couldn't get it to go. Osiris still not playing D.
It actually looks better on camera than Doug.
Gets the Hawks back into the lead.
D. Osiris backing up. He has to get in his face. He's only got 2 fouls. There goes Borgella.
That 2-possession game.
Look at the bench.
1 minute to play. It's
That was
53
huge,
to 50. Hawks with the lead.
That was a big shot. And a foul on Borgella for pushing.
A silly foul there.
I told you it's going to get loud.
Guys, I think
Charlie, control the people.
Guys, I think
Especially Tracy.
I think I'm going to be done because you guys are not going to hear me too much
I know.
longer, and I'm running out of voice.
Usually you do it this time.
Yes,
That's why you need 3 guys for this.
absolutely.
Oh, near steal by Borgella. But it's killing time off the clock every time the Hawks touch it. They're yelling box up. Cliff, Kenny can't see. Foul on McMillan. But it stops the clock. That helps the Sixers.
We called for a close one, and we couldn't have asked for anything better going into
Absolutely.
the final minute.
The Hawks cannot afford to stop the clock. When it stops, because the Sixers are trailing, it's in favor of the Sixers when the clock is stopped. That's all Hawks bench right there. Ribeiro misses. Douglas fighting for that board. Jump ball.
Again.
Baptiste Douglas.
Again.
Wow, and Douglas went around 2 defenders there.
Oh, that could have been a T. He's got to relax, but they should not call it. Not at this time of the game.
No, it's 2 and 10.
Championship game, you better not call that T.
This is for everything. This is for the
Absolutely.
league. 47.6
And
seconds
McCown
left.
is flying. He's going to get a violation if he moves again.
Needed to get in position, but now he's set.
McMillan.
Baptiste tried to punch it, but Douglas won. The Hawks are still up 1. They just have to kill the clock.
40 seconds to
And that's what they're saying. They're saying slow down.
That's tough for Borgella to do
Borgella
anytime.
doesn't need to shoot.
But he hits it.
3-point game, 30
Sixers
seconds
can
to
still
play.
catch up. It's not out of reach. They have to be smart.
Oh, that wasn't it.
A nice steal by Chase Cowell.
That was not smart.
They got a foul now. There's the foul.
If it's on
Look
Ribeiro,
at the bench.
he's
Look at Bernardo Stroud. Look at Jovan Walcott.
Just like you
But they'll
said
give
in
it
the
to
All-Star
McCown.
game, Javon Walcott was a smart head saying, calm down,
I've been
relax.
saying it all year.
Calm down, relax.
He gets
Game's
loud,
not
but he
over
knows
yet.
what he's doing.
Right. Charlie.
Hawks want a timeout. When they get back, we'll shoot the double bonus.
We got 14.6. We got 55-52. Hawks lead. A lot of people favored the Hawks.
Hawks got to score one more 2-point basket. And
One more 2-point basket.
And it'll be the only good 100% prediction I've ever gotten.
That is true. He's never won a prediction right on the nose.
I've come close. I've called, if I called the team one way or the other, but
You
never.
did call a 5-point victory.
I've never been able. I did call a 5-point victory by the Hawks.
I think I said 3 or 4.
You said
did.
4. You said 3
And
or
I
4.
said under 15.
I said either 3
Well, you're going to win.
Yeah, but he said sixes. No, he said
four.
sixes.
Yes.
Oh, you
I did say Sixers.
Ooh. Slap to your face.
Hey.
It's not over.
Not over.
These sixes, Ricky Douglas can hit a 3. Ribeiro has known to hit 1. I've seen Lodemus put him up, and you know Osiris can hit a bunch.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
who's shooting 2, Brad?
On the line right now is Rodney Borgella,
Borgella.
who is not a good free throw shooter.
Good for the Sixers.
He has to miss them both.
Well, it's double bonus, so he's shooting 2 no matter what.
Exactly.
And the Hawks are smart. 1 at half court, 1 all the way back. No need to play D.
McMillan almost underneath
No
his own
threes,
basket.
and let them shoot. But he's got to hit them.
He hits the first.
4-point game.
That's a
Automatically
two-possession game.
Yes, that's huge.
2 possessions, gentlemen.
I got to get my camera ready. I'm going to be snapping and talking at the same time.
You are a snapper.
Multi-talented. The multifaceted Brad.
I've done it for years.
And he missed the
All right,
second.
that was a 2 possession. They got to
Rebound
push.
Sixers.
Oh, foul. That stops the clock. That's huge
One
for the Sixers.
thing you
That-
cannot do
That was a
was
bad.
done by Rodney Borgella.
Absolutely.
Borgella shouldn't even have played D. Just play with his feet.
Somebody got to tell that boy.
1 and
You gotta
1.
tell him, absolutely. Just play regular defense. Do not pressure. Do not try to steal. They got to score twice. He shouldn't even have defended him.
No way. Absolutely.
Let him shoot the 3. Let him take the 2.
Because then you get possession with 10 seconds
1
left.
and 1.
And there goes the bench for the Sixers. He hits the first.
That's big.
That's
rattles
big.
it in.
That makes it a 1-possession game.
With exactly 12.0
If he hits this
seconds,
and the Sixers steal and get a layup,
it's a tie ball game.
We know Douglas can get those offensive rebounds off the free throws.
Could we
He's
see
doing his best to
two
make position.
overtime games?
Oh, and it goes
they need
right
the
over
steal.
his head.
They got the steal.
On the floor. What's the call? Jump
We got
ball.
to jump. I thought they had the steal.
Brad,
Ball's on the floor. Both teams touching it. They're going to call the jump. And now
Sixers want
Cliff wants
timeout.
a timeout.
could we see 2 overtime games?
8.6 on the
Oh,
clock.
I think I'll be sick.
6 to 53. Hawks a 3-point lead.
It's still not over. The Sixers get the ball. I don't know if they have to shoot a 3, but if they drive and go hard, they can get the layup and the foul, put them at the line. They need the clock to stop no matter what. And we got Kinfolk on the court for the Hawks. We got Banaco's daughter. We got Jovan's daughter. We
It's
got
not the
everybody
first
coming on
time.
the court.
It's not the first time they've been on the
Oh, no,
court.
they've been
all second half.
Special assistants all year.
Yes.
Although Cliff's kid has been on the court a couple
Does
times.
anyone have earplugs? Because they're going to get real loud in a minute if it ends this way. They're loudest people I ever heard.
And you know what? That's good. They got
Not
strong
over.
support.
Definitely not over.
And the good thing for the Sixers is they're tipping in the offensive zone.
And the one thing, will Cliff Williams be upset that John McMillan, who he traded at the very beginning of the year from the Sixers to the Hawks, takes a title home and he doesn't? Douglas with it, who can hit 3s. It's up. It's down. I just told you.
Timeout with less than a second to
I
play.
just told you. Douglas can hit a 3. But it's not over. Ribeiro's crying. It's tied. Aaron Ribeiro is crying. It's only a tie score. It's not over. Aaron Ribeiro's in tears.
They're going to reset the clock to 2.1 seconds,
And Ricky Douglas is crying.
which lets you keep the ball
Oh,
and shoot it.
tons
you don't
of
have to
emotion.
shoot it in the air with 2.1. You can even bounce it once if you need
2
to.
seconds is a long time for Rodney Borgella to
Why?
go one end to the other.
I want to know why they're resetting the clock to 2.1
Because they
seconds.
called timeout and they couldn't start the clock in time because it keeps rolling when you hit the button.
Okay.
So it automatically rolls back. It should roll back 1 second. It should be 1.8.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Why?
But now it's 2-1. I don't know.
agree
It should
with
be
that.
1.8.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's
Well, the
way it
referees
is.
made the call.
I know they did. I know.
Now, we said it was definitely not over if they could hit that 3.
Huh?
Yeah. If we do go to a second overtime today, it is 5 minutes, and each team has 1 timeout each. Ricky Douglas, the biggest shot of his career. He's only a second-year junior. He'll be back next year. There's a lot of seniors on the Sixers right now. The Hawks, on the other hand, had everything going their way, and they let the Sixers crawl back in.
For anybody who's not here at this day, not just for this game, but for this day, is missing one heck of a day for the MNBL.
Have I mentioned the Sixers are a fourth quarter team?
Yeah, you have. Once or twice.
If he wins, I'm choking him on camera.
Let's do it right now.
But
Go
it's
ahead.
still under 15. Rodney Borgella's throwing it in. He should be dribbling. We're going to overtime. This is ridiculous.
David Jean came so close to fouling.
We can do a wrap up here. Now, this is the scenario. 5 minutes, each team, one timeout. The Sixers have momentum, but the Sixers are in more foul trouble than the Hawks. Lodemus has 4. Ribeiro has 4. Osiris has 3. I'm not exactly sure how many Douglas has. I think he only has 2. But 2 of their big men have 4, and the Hawks really aren't that much of a big foul trouble as of right now. A couple people have,
Douglas has 2.
Oh, to who?
Douglas.
St. Douglas has 2.
Douglas has 2.
And keep in mind, the Sixers have not just been in foul trouble at the final minute. They've been in foul trouble since the beginning of the fourth quarter. It's a matter of time till these guys
Smith's
draw
going
that
to get
foul.
himself some Gatorade. I think he got his heart punched out there, a little
He's getting his boys Gatorade. And we're getting ready to start.
We're going to start the overtime. Somebody give me a pie. I'm staying in position.
Here we go.
Camera view.
Oh, thank you, Jim Foley. Woo!
That's the soccer hands. You're not supposed to catch it with your hands.
Thank you, Jim Foley. That was coming right for us. In your living room.
And I have the mic in the wrong hand.
That was my watch hand, too. My watch popped off when I did that.
Well, hey, that happens.
Anything to save the TV camera.
Borgella trying to get in. That's a travel. That's a good call. I still don't see a sub unless there's a foul out. Watch the plug, Jim.
That would not be good.
No. Douglas got to relax. A lot of emotion.
McMillan nearly saves it, but
should be up here. Must have fell. Oh, because of the radio.
56 apiece after Douglas's huge three-pointer to send this game into overtime.
He shoots another one. Lodemus with a nice rebound. Should have pulled it down. Never tap it. Bring it down. Oh, a bad pass by Israel. And then a foul.
And he'll get to the line.
Evanson Block is in the game.
Guys,
this is an unbelievable finish right now, and it's still not over.
And you thought the All-Star coach's game was exciting.
Well, the big dance, this is how it should be. Intense from the second half on, whether you go to overtime or not.
Both the All-Star game and this game have been extremely exciting.
Lodemus missed both free throws. Borgella finally passed it to Kyle, who blows the bunny.
Jump up for that.
You can't miss foul. That's a reach. That's a reach. It's definitely a foul. He shouldn't get in the ref's face.
Well,
they're going to make any
I
call
don't think
to
he was
reach
in
in
the
foul.
ref's face. It just
They
happened
always
to be
make that
right
call.
where it happened.
But you still got to just keep walking away.
Oh,
That was already made.
He did. You got to give McMillan credit. He walked away.
The refs don't want to give anyone a tee, but they will if they have
He walked
to.
away. You got to give him that. Because you know McMillan, if he didn't walk away, he would be right in his face. You know that.
Ribeiro hits one.
Here.
Point at Cliff Williams.
That's very little.
Gives his team
not gonna
the
butt
first
off
point
him.
of overtime. As we're halfway through it. He has one more free throw attempt.
Misses that one.
57-56.
Israel getting rid of the
Sixers
ball
1
quick.
point lead.
Gio Cirrus, he stopped running. You never stop running. You're not looking the other way. The Hawks got to find something easy. Not high enough. Rebound by Lodemus.
Another jump ball.
Jump ball, that's right.
And it's only a 1 point lead for the
Somebody got to get that kid away from the wall.
want to see anyone get injured. Final 2 minutes of overtime, unless we go to a second overtime.
Here we go.
My voice won't take it.
I'm done.
I'm giving the mic to Tracy Rogers if I can't talk.
I'm done. 2 overtime.
Ooh, that was almost a travel. Everson Blanc!
Everson Blanc.
Oh my God!
Under 2 minutes to play. Sixers a 3-point lead.
Borgella got to look for his teammates.
And nowhere to go with it.
Pass to McMillan. He's got to see an open man.
How they saved it.
He had an open Baptiste. The Sixers are up 3 now.
And the Sixers sideline is pumped.
Of all people on the Sixers squad, Everson Blanc hits the layup.
He couldn't have hit it any uglier than that, but he did.
1:28 to go. Sixers up 3.
What I tell you, what a different game the last 4 minutes of this game has been.
This guy, you wanted the
Cliff
line.
Williams holding his head. I don't know if he's going to explode or just plain combust. He hits them both.
5-point game.
Osiris finished second in the league. He's going to hit some free throws.
1:25 to play.
Still plenty of time. We just saw it a minute ago.
The
Hawks ball.
The Hawks are kind of crumbling under pressure on offense, though.
They can't crumble now.
If I was the Hawks, I'd be calling a timeout.
They got to get that open lane. They got to stop the clock. He blows the open layup again.
And it's Sixers ball. McMillan trying to draw the foul. Sixers being smart enough to back up when he's going to the wrong hand.
McMillan had an easy layup, and he blew the bunny right
He
there.
was trying to go with the left hand.
He's a lefty.
Well, he's going exactly. So he's trying to go with his hand, but the Sixers still knew that he was off.
The
his
Sixers
angle.
don't even need to shoot. Why are they in a hurry? Kill the clock. That ends it. Timeout, Hawks.
And a three-pointer by
It's still not over yet.
makes it an 8-point game, 64 to 56, 49.9 ticks on the overtime clock. And McMillan is being
McMillan, a hothead
separated.
again.
Well, he's taking exception to a couple of Sixers players taking their jerseys off. To be honest with you, I can understand him taking exception to it, but his reaction's not quite.
Coaches did the right thing. They went out there. I understand emotions are high. The last thing you want to do, you are a returning senior next year. You throw a punch, you're gone.
No, I don't think he would have came to that.
I hope not. Emotions are high.
Game's not over
You
yet.
want to talk about reasons why he traded that guy? That's one of them.
Well, that's what Cliff Williams said in the very beginning of the season. He's a hothead. You know, he didn't want to be on my team. He was causing a lot of problems. I had to let him go. He got his wish, and he was traded. He originally wanted to be traded because his friend Terrence Nolan was a member of the Hawks, but he was not eligible to play this year. He asked to come back to the Sixers. They said no. We're in the big dance. Keep your emotions chill. You were our Sixer last year. Respect your old team. Now, if Cliff Williams combusts, can anyone grab me a towel? He's standing right next to me.
Will we see tears?
Oh, we're going to see tears. I'm telling you right now. Ribeiro and Douglas are going to cry like newborns. They're letting him shoot the three. The Hawks are down 8.
Anything but foul.
The Hawks going to suffer the same fate they did in 2006.
Guys, I hate to say this. It's tough that there only has to be one winner.
Yes.
Because both teams played a great game today and a great season all year.
Oh, no, it's great year this year.
Take nothing away
They don't
from
need
the
to
Hawks.
shoot.
Take nothing away from the Hawks. They played a great game today.
The Sixers just got to spread out. There goes Jace Kyle. They're still up 6. The clock's still running. The clock is still running. 17-7, 6.6 a lead. Again, 6.6 a lead. 6.6 all game.
6.6.
6.6s.
This guy.
That guy. End of the first, end of the half. 6-6. Now we get another 6. That's the sign of the devil.
So wait a minute. So, Jim, does that mean you can make a case for the Sixers being a fifth quarter team as well?
Oh, yeah. Fourth quarter on.
Second half counts the overtime.
Yeah. Ricky Douglas, look, he's ready to cry already.
He cried at the end of regulation.
Well, he should have. He hit the shot that made it.
Foul. They didn't call it.
Now, who do you give MVP of this game to?
Oh my God.
Got to be Ricky Douglas.
I don't know.
Only for that shot. It's not for that shot alone. Huge
Timeout,
three-point.
I'll
Sixers.
think of one.
You got 13.6 seconds to do that. Brad, you hear me?
No.
I said you got 13.6 seconds to do that.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Actually, 13, because you got to do it before the buzzer.
I want to see if the ref's paying attention today.
He is. He watched you.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
You stole the ball.
I stole the ball. It's my ball. I'm going home. I didn't win.
And Benton steals the ball.
Very well. It's been known to happen. Not
Well,
this year, though.
He is always representing.
I am. And I'm very controversial, so I'm stealing the ball. The game ball. Taking it home.
Well, you could stop saying it loud so he doesn't hear it.
Oh, you can't.
He's not paying
a ref.
attention.
You think he's going to hear or see me? I'm not wearing glasses.
Hey, you're 2 seconds away from me getting a
See, he
slap
doesn't.
from me.
Ho, ho, ho. I got him. I didn't throw a pie, but I stole his ball. 13-6. They need some points. They need a 3 or stoppage of the clock. Oh, that was huge.
Foul.
Bad foul. Bad foul.
But he needed to hit that.
Block left his feet, and therefore they call
Doesn't matter. He still stopped the clock. It would have helped if he hit it, but he still stopped the
Right.
clock.
I don't think
do is keep
if,
his feet
since he didn't
planted.
hit it, I don't think it's possible for the Hawks to come back.
If he hits both of these, I think so.
He needed 3. That makes it a 1-possession game. He hits both of these, it's still a 2-possession game.
That's true.
10 seconds is tough.
It is tough, but it's doable. You're going to get killed.
And he didn't hit it. They got to get it. They steal it. They got to go up strong. It's on the ground. The clock's running.
Now they call a jump ball.
That was a late whistle.
So 5 points.
Late whistle by ref.
It's not over yet. The clock is stopped.
It's over. 5 points, 2 possessions in 4 seconds. It's over.
All Dimitri has to do is punch it to the other end. There ain't enough time.
It's over.
And he threw it the other way. They got to shoot the 3. And that's it.
Congratulations.
Have won the 2008 MNBL championship. Sixers have won, excuse me. I don't know why I just said that. I'm so excited. I can't even compose
The Sixers
myself.
ecstatic.
I can't even compose myself.
The Hawks are very upset, but they got to stay in control.
1997, the Sixers are champions.
Unbelievable comeback. I thought the Hawks had him with no trouble. They had him down 5 real late in the fourth quarter, and the Sixers come back like they've been doing all year long. The first place team, and John McMillan, we don't even need to pay attention to what's going on back here. Right now, the Sixers are your champions. The Hawks, what can you say? The Hawks had a hell of a run. The Hawks did a great job at getting into the big dance. I mean, what else can we say? Give it up to the Hawks. Third place, they defeated the Sonics yesterday. The Sixers still your 2008 MNBL champions.
Like I said,
and their first title ending the Sixers' sorrows.
like I said, it's tough that there has to be only one winner, but there only has to be one winner. I would have liked to have seen the Hawks, as I predicted, come out with a victory, but congratulations to the Sixers. They played a heck of a game, and they played their game. Like you said, Jim,
Yep.
They are a second half, fourth quarter team. That's how they went almost undefeated the whole season and in the playoffs. And congratulations to the Sixers. They are
Number
absolutely
one,
champions.
from game 1 to the championship game. Champions all season throughout, deservedly so. And now they end their streak. You're going to have to come up with someone else now to put the streak on, right?
It's on the Hawks.
There you go.
The Hawks have the streak right now.
One more thing, like I said during the playoff,
Actually, no, it's back to the Kings. The Hawks are only at 6. The Kings are at 7.
like I said during the playoff games and during the All-Star game, it couldn't have happened to a nicer coach than Cliff Williams.
Yeah, absolutely. What can you say? Cliff Williams, a performance and a half today in the All-Star game. The old man dropping 21. Then he comes home with the title. I mean, I can't say much about Cliff Williams. I've known him since 1983, 1982. I know his lovely wife. I'm pleasure to know his child now.
Nice guy, one of the nicest guys.
One of the nicest guys down here, one of the most quietest coaches.
I sit here and I compliment a lot of coaches, but he deserves this totally. I saw some emotion in his eyes probably a minute ago before the buzzer.
He tried to hide it, but I zoomed in, I got it.
Yep, and I saw at the end of regulation when it was still tied, Ricky Douglas, Eric Ribeiro crying. Now we have to sit and wait to see them cut down the net like everybody wants it to see. They want to see the coach get up there. They want to see the players get up there.
I want to get some words from Cliff if we can.
Oh, we're definitely going to get some words with Cliff Williams. We want to get some words with... I definitely want to get some words with Ricky Douglas.
Keep talking.
It was Ricky Douglas who hit the shot of the game. As time expired in regulation, hit a three-pointer with his team down 3.
Absolutely. I mean, that was huge. The top of the key, the best spot you could have shot a 3 from, hoping for that Hail Mary, and he hit it perfect. He nailed it. He was, I'm going to say it point blank, he was garbage all game from outside. Couldn't buy a hoop outside. He started going inside, he started hitting, he started rebounding, doing things to help his team get to the end, and they finally win the game. Sean Hickey, one of our favorites here in the booth, showing his jersey. They come back with the title. God, I got to keep an eye on the message board tonight on the guest book.
Oh, yeah.
Because the people out there cursing and saying stuff they shouldn't be, that's coming right off. And I'm the one who does the website, so if you don't like it, too bad. I'm taking it off.
Hickey, especially one of the guys you mentioned, Coach Williams, this team deserves. They're a great bunch of guys. They play as a team, always showing up at practice, working hard, and they won, and they're the guys who deserve to win.
Absolutely. I mean, the Sixers, like you said, fourth quarter team, second half team, what have you. They lost their last 2 coming into the big dance, well, the Match Madness. They did not look good at all. I mean, Ricky Douglas booking it out of here. I don't know why he's leaving. They're going to cut down the net.
They want to get swarmed. He'll be back, I bet. They probably use a bathroom break.
Ricky Douglas, get over here. Ain't too many fans asking for your autograph yet. Get here in the middle. Right where you were when you shot that hoop. Right in the middle, 3-point land. How'd you feel when that released your hands? Because I said it on camera a minute ago. You were absolutely garbage in the whole first 3 quarters. Your outside shot was junk, but you started doing what you were supposed to do. You went inside, you attacked, got a lot of rebounds, you started involving the team. And personally, the second half, I give my MVP to you. First half, I'm giving it to Guy. You guys have been on his back the whole year. Second half, you got to get it. You hit some big layups, big free throws as you've done the past 2 years. And then that 3, what can you say? And I saw those tears. You couldn't hide from Bradworth, Benton.
Or the kid.
And I saw Eric Ribeiro, too, both crying like newborns. Sum up that shot.
Well, the coach said on the tip-off, go right next to a Hawk, and whoever gets it, either Guy or Ricky, look for either 2 of them, and whoever got it got the shot. I was looking for Guy still, but once Johnny Mac jumped up and went right by me, it was my shot, so I took it.
Ricky,
well, you had to.
Ricky, they're calling you over.
Well,
I gotta go.
They're calling him over.
I don't know why they're calling him over, but I guess, okay, the wife wants a team picture. I'm going to get one, too, so I'm going to leave it to you 2 to talk right now, and I'll bring Cliff Williams over when we're done.
As you mentioned, Osiris, probably the MVP of the overall game. Douglas kept his team in the game with that clutch 3-point shot. And
I agree with Osiris being the MVP of the game because he was the MVP of the first half, and he hit some very important, very huge free throws in overtime, which was able to increase the lead for the Sixers and eventually.
He's been doing that all season long. One of the things that helped him get the champion as far as the most points scored for the season on average. And if you hit your free throws in this league, you're going to do well. We saw it come down to that hit.
They don't call them free for nothing. If you can't hit the ones that are free, you got some problems. But nonetheless, the Sixers pulled out a huge victory. I know on paper, Jim, it's not an upset. But in my eyes, I think it is because I think the Hawks, throughout the regular season and the playoffs, played more fundamentally sound basketball. They spread the ball up. They used all 5 players on the court, whereas the Sixers relied mainly on 1 or 2 guys, Osiris being one of them all season. And I think that could have been, and probably should have been, their downfall throughout the playoffs or the championship. But they changed their game up, and they did spread the ball out in the big dance here. And as we said, you had multiple MVPs from the Sixers in Osiris and Ricky Douglas.
Defense wins championships, and a point I want to make about that is MJ Baptiste. He's a great presence underneath for the Hawks, but the Sixers swarmed him the entire game, and now let's get a shot of them cutting down the net.
Each member of the Sixers team will get to climb that tall ladder, take a snip of the net with them, and take it home for memories. So the Sixers get the jacket, the championship, and the net. They win it all, baby. They're letting Ricky Douglas go up first. I think that's Ricky Douglas. I can't see.
That's Ricky, yep.
Of course, guided and instructed for safety reasons is Commissioner Mizanson up there. I'm losing my voice, Tim. You're going to have to take over this because I got to rest my voice for a second.
It's okay. With this type of thing, pictures say 1,000 words and more. So enjoy it, guys. Take it in, the 2008 MNBL champion Sixers.
Brad's back to pick up the slack. Yeah, in 1 second. I got to look for something. There goes
Sean Hickey.
I can't see because I got these bars on my way. Sean Hickey, who is, by the way, MVP here in the broadcast
By
booth,
far.
stepping up whenever I'm tired, need a break, or when I couldn't be here. He was here helping out on camera. He even sat in the broadcast booth position for a couple of games.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I should say for one game, for most of the half, and then we switched. Sean Hickey, and by the way, one thing I meant to mention about Sean Hickey is they would not even be in this game, and Nestor Dudley and I both agree on this, they wouldn't even be in this game if it wasn't hit for his important 2 minutes. Do you want to take comments?
We can totally go now.
Just want to back up just a little bit.
Come back here.
Beautiful.
And I'm with the champion head coach, Cliff Williams of the Sixers. Cliff, coming into this game, the Hawks wanted to play you. They said, we want the #1 team. We want to show that we're best. But you guys, it was sort of a tough start, but by the fourth quarter, and I've been saying this all season long, you've been a late game team, a fourth quarter team, and you guys showed it here tonight.
Yeah, you know, I mean, they're a fast team. I didn't really realize till I saw them play the Sonics. And those guys just burn up and down the court, you know. But we have a pretty strong bench, and it's strong enough to keep us in the game for that fourth quarter. You know, a couple of big shots, a huge shot by Mr. Douglas, and there was a whole new game in overtime. And the guys, they just wanted it so bad. And they weren't going to implode or nothing like that, and they just took care of business. And, you know, that was the game, thank goodness.
And one thing both Brad and I were wondering were why you were keeping some of your guys who had 4 fouls all throughout the end of the game.
You know, it's the last game of the season, it's the championship, you know, and I had a talk with them. I told them what they needed to do, how they had to play straight-up defense, you know, and they told me, you know, they're like, you know, Coach, we got you, don't worry about it. So I just put my faith in them. You know, Eric Ribeiro, he's my third-year man, heart and soul of the team. And he told me that he was going to get it done, and he got it done.
Coach,
we understand what this means to you, but what do you think this means to some of the seniors, the guys you just mentioned, who are now leaving? They've had a bit of a rough couple of years, and now they get to take home the jacket.
Yeah, I mean, most of my guys, most of my seniors are 2 or 3 years. I have one guy, Gio Salas, who's only first year. It's not bad coming in your first year and winning a championship, you know. But it's big. I mean, they play, and they enjoy it. They play for a reason. They want to win, you know. Their friends are here, their family are here. They just want to win that game, you know, and I just got to give it to them. They play with a lot of heart today. Even when we were down 3, 4, 5 points, they came back and they played tough.
I want to know, Cliff, what was going through your mind when Ricky Douglas hit that 3 to tie it to go into overtime? Because we all know you're a fourth quarter and on team. I want to know what's going through your head.
You know, it's funny. I know he can hit that shot. He didn't really have a great shooting night, but I know he can hit the shot. It was just a matter of getting open. And I think there were only 5 or 6 seconds left.
There was like about maybe 3 seconds.
And he really didn't even get a good look, but he squared up. And, you know, the shot fell, thank goodness, you know. My heart was beating out of my chest. But like I said, I mean, they've been getting it done in the fourth quarter all year, so, you know, I'm not surprised it happened.
What a day for you, Cliff. First, you scored 21 points in the coach's all-star win. Then you come back later on in the day and you take home the title. Congratulations, Cliff.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Congratulations to you.
Take care.
You got it.
And I'm going to go back to the net cutting.
That's where you want the action to be.
Absolutely.
And if you didn't know if he was sweating beforehand, that handshake just proved it to me.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
His hands were all sweaty and clammy, huh?
Oh, yeah. He was excited.
Full of emotion.
Very true.
Sean Hickey, veteran of the
Congrats,
Cablecast booth this year. Congratulations.
You've been with us pretty much from the last couple of years in the Cablecast booth. Now you're getting some quality playing time, especially the last you had that huge steal the other day, getting some action this game. Talk a little bit about how the team has just been so composed together and how you guys have just been, you know, being able to just play together as a team.
It goes back to the Jazz and Cliff and Mike. They made smart choices at the Jazz, smart trades, and for whatever reason, we just gelled as a squad, and here we are today.
Ricky, congratulations. Good.
Yeah, it's crazy. Tell me how you're feeling right now. This has got to be one of the most exciting feelings.
Yeah, it is. Because last year, I watched the Celtics do their thing, and now it's my turn, and
He's full of emotion, Sean.
Go enjoy it with your team, buddy, all right? Congrats.
Sean Hickey, full of emotion. He's excited.
Deservedly so.
Absolutely.
Good kid. Good kid.
Absolutely. Great kid. Nesta Dudley out there enjoying the net cuttings along with Lakers, Lakers coach Minister Bernard Stroud and Kings coach, head coach Chris Rogers watching the net cutting of the championship 2008 champion Sixers.
Rogers, his team was the team that lost to the Hawks, and I thought the Sonics were the team to beat, honestly, coming into this playoff.
That's Chris Rogers, not Gary Rogers. He's the Kings.
Oh, excuse me.
But Gary Rogers is also
Gary
out there.
Rogers, yeah.
Gary Rogers is out there. He was actually standing behind me during the game, watching the game and cheering for the Hawks.
Hey, if it's the team who beats you, you want them to be the best team.
You know, it's interesting that you bring that up because I had said to Hawks head coach Bernard Stroud after yesterday's games that it's kind of odd that the Hawks and the Sonics, to me it was odd that they played in the playoffs to see who goes to the big dance, because I always thought this season that the Hawks and the Sonics were the two most fundamentally sound teams in the entire league. And I actually figured that they'd be the two teams playing for the big dance, not so much to see who goes to the big dance.
Well, they're all close games.
They're all four playoff games yesterday were all unbelievably exciting games. All came down to the wire. There were no blowouts.
So it's really tough to say that one team was much, much worse than the other.
Oh, absolutely. You cannot say that. You cannot say that at all. It was a battle of who wanted it more when it was all said and done.
I mean, even for the Bullets, coming into that fourth place spot, they didn't really have much competition by the last couple of weeks to get that fourth place spot, but they did give the Sixers their first loss of the season.
Yes.
And the Sixers were able to come back, and you know how bad they wanted to beat that Bullets team after handing them their first loss.
Not only that, and I'm not making excuses for the Bullets, and I'm not taking anything away from the Sixers, but the Bullets were without their biggest player, and they still hung in there with the first place Sixers.
Jerome Dean, definitely one of the quality players on that Bullets team, if not the best player on that team. And when it comes down to crunch time, you need your stars.
Yes, and I think that's ultimately what cost the Bullets, because they did lose by what he averages in a game. Oh, there's one more
Eric
game.
Ribeiro now making the final cut. And the net is down.
And that completes the net cutting ceremony for the 2008 championship Sixers. It ends the long Sixers drought. Or the Sixers sorrow, as Brad likes to say. Where did Brad go, by the way?
He's trying to enjoy some of it himself, I bet.
He's getting some good pictures for the MNBL 19.tripod.com website, the official website of the league. And don't forget to watch Around the Rim.
People in the way again, and the game's over.
This Thursday. No, there's nobody in the way.
Oh, well, they almost knocked me over.
Well, that's because you weren't paying attention.
I was coming straight in, and they backed into me, texting.
Hey, you know, it's a big thing.
Why are you shaping the ceiling?
I wasn't.
Well, anyway, I was over there talking to the Sixers. Very, very happy. I'm glad nothing came of what happened earlier. We're not going to make mention.
I'm glad that people calmed down. I'm glad the Sixers won. I talked to Cliff. He's a very happy man.
So did we.
Mike McQuado, very
Low-key.
Low-key.
He's always like that, though.
But, I mean, you can tell he's happy. And I did talk to Eric Ribeiro and told him, if it's at the end of a game, make sure you cry after you win, not when you tie.
Cliff Williams came over here, and we got some words from him as well.
Yeah, he told me when I went over to him. Well, that's good. We obviously got to get the commissioner, let him do his wrap-up. We have Coach Amos over there. We got Coach Rogers. They're very close friends with Cliff Williams. If they want to get some words, maybe we can get them to kill some time to get the commissioner over here. Who else can we talk? I mean, I'd love to talk to the Hawks. I just don't see it happening.
I asked Bernard Stroud if he'd like to say some words. He said
You
no.
mean Bernacco?
I mean Bernacco Stroud. And he liked it. He said no. He said he'd like to decline at this point.
He usually does. He did the same thing a couple years ago. I mean, there's got to be a winner. There's got to be a loser. Sorry it happened to be you. But he doesn't feel the same way the Kings do. He didn't go to the big dance 2 years in a row and lost both. He did go to the big dance twice in 4 years and lost both. Easy Rampage. Well, let's see if we can grab somebody real quick to kill some time. Chris Rogers, any words? Would you like to talk about your friend Cliff Williams? Anything? That's cool. We should have drafted you anyway.
Right now, the commission is talking to the Sixers team, congratulating them on their 2008 championship. I'm going to take this off for a second. I'm going to go grab somebody because he's not doing a good job at it.
Well, I guess Chris Rogers declined. He declined. To talk about Cliff Williams that she's known for 35 years. Will you do Hercules? Oh, all of a sudden you're shy. When we're out camping, you're out there doing this with your hat sideways, and then you get shy all of a sudden. Oh, Nestor Dudley. I knew he was over in the corner doing something. But I'd like him because he's known Cliff Williams a long time. Chris Rogers, he's a very quiet fellow, so we're all set with him. Well, obviously the commissioner we're still waiting on. Minister Bernard Stroud, standing here. He's known LC, as he calls him, many, many years. Minister, any fine words you'd like to say for Clifford Williams?
Well, I'm happy for LC. I didn't care who actually won, but
I know your nephews were on the other side.
But if it had to go, I was pulling for Stroud.
Obviously.
But it wasn't meant to be today. But another good friend of mine made it, and I'm happy for the Sixers camp.
I am too. More powers to the Sixers, and you know what that does since they won it? That means the curse is back on the Kings. Ain't life a bitch?
Kenny, we're waiting on you. After you, we'll wrap it up.
Mr. Dudley, where you
We got to
come
get
from?
comments from the commissioner after the big dance.
Oh, I knew that. You little old mama, too. She's kind of short woman. But anyway, you saw your friend Clifford Williams pulling down the banner finally. 11 long years of Sixers sorrows. You saw a close family member of Minister Bernard Stroud. We just saw the nephew. Didn't quite pull it off when we all in the booth thought with 5-point lead.
With 14.76 left to go.
Unbelievable.
And I told Minister Bernard Stroud this is going to be the longest 15 seconds of Bernacco Stroud's life. 14.76. And I got to tell you, that's a heartbreaker because Ricky Douglas, he looked at Guy Osiris and then threw a positively, absolutely crap, and it went in.
We interviewed Ricky Douglas, and he said, I was looking for Guy, but I had to put it up.
He looked right at Guy and offered to put up crap, and you know what? Sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good.
That's what happened in the All-Star game.
You know what? Hats off to him. Hats off to him.
Nestor, you sound like you've been cheering a lot. Your voice.
No,
sounds
I actually wasn't cheering at all. You know, I'm just glad.
He was in the corner.
I'm glad that this was a damn good big dance.
Oh, absolutely great.
I have to say it was a damn good big dance day because the All-Star game was fantastic, and so was the final championship game. The whole day was great. It came down to the wire on everything. The three-point contest, the hot shot contest, the All-Star game, and the big dance.
Yeah, it's just, you have to take your hats off to the Hawks. The Hawks kept their composure. The Hawks were down by double digits fairly early in the game.
Oh, we kept saying that.
They were down by like 12 points, maybe 16 or something, 14.
They were down 11 quite a few times. I don't think they got over 14, but they were definitely down 11 a lot.
Because every time we turned up, timeout Hawks, down 11. And they just came back, and I was like, you know what? I wish I was commentating this big dance. I thought you were going to come over, but you opted to back out.
You have been covering these two teams all season long, and going back to the Sixers, all the way back to week 1 when they won their first game, coming down to now, they've been the best team in the league. Explain a little bit about how they've been able to be consistent.
I have to tell you, with the Sixers, everybody has bought into Cliff Williams' system. Not only were they on the same page, they were reading the same book, and they were in the same library. They just bought into his system. He made a couple of trades to get away some players that their chemistry just didn't mix well with the Crimson Red. And since the first tap-off, you just knew this team was going to have a special season.
One of his trades, Nestor, almost came back to cost him the championship in McMillan.
Williams going through my bag like a thief in the night.
He couldn't keep his head on his shoulders towards the end of the game, and it didn't happen.
McMillan is a player that certainly wears his emotion on his sleeve, but I have to tell you, he had a damn good season this year.
A great game. He should have been an all-star, in my opinion.
Yes, if I had an all-star vote, I would have certainly voted for him.
Once again,
I know for a fact Coach Beanie Amos did vote for him, so I don't know how he was left off the all-star team.
I know the Kings voted for him.
But, it's hats off to the Hawks coaching squad because they kept McMillan's head into the game this entire season. There's a couple of times that McMillan is a ticking time bomb.
Oh, it's Jace Kyle as well.
I was going to say Jace Kyle, but, Eric Ribeiro is no Boy Scout either.
Joe Refko made a comment. Can we call him now the Hot Hawks?
I just said the Hot Hawks. I didn't add the Hip Hop Hawks.
They're the Hip Hop Hawks no matter what.
Well, when I say the Hip Hop Hawks, I always say the Hip Hop led Hawks. I'm talking about the coaches.
Yeah.
The coaches are hip hoppers.
Well, they know New hotheads too. You've seen them on the court
They
jumping
had
up
some
and down.
pretty good dances.
Oh yeah, Jovan Walcott. How does he do that dance in them shoes?
Jovan Walcott was killing me.
He killed the commissioner.
They got nothing on Jovan Walcott.
And we got it on tape.
Should be on YouTube.
Oh man, you know what?
Handle that.
Yes, we can certainly.
And we can put it there too, because we got it on.
Put that on YouTube tomorrow.
We got it on tape.
That could
be under Hip Hop Hawks.
That could be under the Hip Hop Irish Step dance.
There you go for St. Patty's Day.
And he's wearing those Crocs. I don't get it how he does it, but good for him.
Well, once again, I was going to say congratulations to the Sixers. They had one hell of a season. And congratulations to the Hawks. I mean, coming into this weekend, there's a lot of people that said that the Hawks didn't even have a chance.
Well, they said the most underrated team was the Bullets because of the lack of Dean, but everyone said the Hawks just don't have the legs. Myself, I thought the Hawks had a chance to win the whole darn thing. I went with them at the very beginning of the season. They came to this. I said the Hawks were going to win today. Jim Foley picked the Sixers. Bill Ripko picked the Hawks. I mean, I just thought the Hawks had the momentum, but the Sixers just wouldn't go away. 14 seconds down 5.
Congratulations.
Unbelievable.
And actually, you're going to look like a genius because when we have the championship show this Thursday, and we always show the predictions before the encore presentation of the playoff video, and you did predict Hawks.
Yeah.
So you're going to look like a genius.
Well, they didn't win it, so who knew? We didn't know.
Oh yeah, that's right. What the hell am I thinking of?
Came pretty darn close though.
It's
okay.
We don't have
I
right
did
there.
the exact thing.
Right there.
I did the same thing.
Both teams are right. Both teams are red. So you're not going to look like a genius.
I said at the beginning of the game, I said the team in red's going to win.
So Jim Foley's going to look like a genius because I'm going to roll the beginning of that.
That's right.
Jim Foley's going to look like a genius.
Oh, I hate him. But anyway, we thank you for your time. We do need the commissioner before we run out of tape. That has happened before. So, I mean, what else can we say? Maybe we can get the commissioner in to talk for about 11, 14 seconds. It'll probably go about 18 minutes. No, the Malton Neighborhood Beanie League will be here soon. He's over there talking to Cliff Williams. Nestor Dudley's going back to Bud Tussle after he does the Around the Rim this Thursday. And how happy are you for the Sixers? Cliff Williams, Sixers sorrows, 11 years. And for not too many people know this, the curse is back on the Kings. So what else can you say about 2008? Kings got screwed everywhere. Still don't have an online store. 6 years. Kings are at 7.
First of all,
Hawks 95. That was their last championship.
They've only been back 5 years.
So, what is that going to Kings? I don't care.
I think that the championship game was a real good indication of what the season was like.
Great game.
It was very competitive the whole season. There was like one loss difference between Team 1 through Team 6 or 7. And you knew that it was going to be a nip and tuck game. And to answer your original question, I'm very happy for the Sixers,
especially Cliff and Mike. They've worked together now for 3 or 4 years. Cliff's been in the program for many years. Does a great job with the kids.
Kill it.
And I'm happy. I don't root for any team in particular, but if the Hawks had won, I've been happy for those guys as well. But
absolutely. Commissioner, you got to be happy with the way this whole day has gone. Both the both games, the big dance and the All-Star game, going into overtime. I mean, how often does that happen?
The fans on that one. The fans are going crazy.
I don't think you get more excitement at a pro game or a college game.
This is what it's about.
I mean, this is local grassroots stuff, and these kids really play their hearts out. And the unfortunate thing is somebody has to lose as well as win. So, for every happy, ecstatic kid there is wearing a red and white shirt, there's a down kid from the Hawks. But they played a great game. I mean, I thought Rodney Borgella was absolutely phenomenal.
He can get up that court quicker than anybody. But I've known you quite many years, and I've been in this league 18 years or involved in some manner. Obviously, I'm not day 1 or 2. But you, every year, beginning of the year, you write on a piece of paper who you predict to win. Were you right this year? I ain't going to ask who you picked. Come on. I've been trying for 18 years to get you to answer that.